This is ENT, the ad news ticker for May 7th, 2012. ENT is brought to you by Udemy. Udemy enables anyone to take and build courses online. Their goal is to disrupt and democratize education by enabling anyone to learn from the world's experts. Visit udemy.com and follow them on Twitter @Udemy. We thank them for their support of ENT. Welcome to ENT. My name is Kirsten Winkler, and this is going to be a solo episode. I know we are all going to miss Chris' commentary, but this is only going to be a temporary thing, and he'll be back for next episode. So let's start today's show and look in the tech news. We have a story from the Google blog about Google Hangouts on Air for everyone. Today we are excited to launch Hangouts on Air to Google Plus users worldwide. So if you have something to say as an aspiring artist, a global celebrity, or a concerned citizen, you can now go live in front of a global audience. With just a few clicks, you'll be able to broadcast publicly by checking Enable Hangouts on Air. You can broadcast your live Hangout from the Google Plus stream, your YouTube channel, or your website to the entire world. Then see how many viewers you've got. During your broadcast, you can look inside the Hangout to see how many people are watching live. And you can record and reshare, so very important for people like us. Once you're off the air, we'll upload a public recording to your YouTube channel and to your original Google Plus post, and this way it's easy to share and discuss your broadcast after it's over. Then we have news from The Guardian. Story is that text message is 20 years old and 4 billion people use it. 2/3 of the world's population, that's over 4 billion people, have access to it, because that's the number of people who have mobile phones, and even the cheapest, clunkiest handset can send SMS messages. So it's had a much bigger impact on people's lives than anything dreamed up in Silicon Valley. As the author of the post, John Norton, points out, we need to stop being dazzled by the tech sensation du jour, like Facebook, Twitter, Angry Birds, OMG Pop, and so on, and focus instead on something mundane that really works, reach everyone, provides valuable services for poor people, exploits nobody, and is based on a sustainable business model. Oh, definitely some good points in that post. Then The Verge reports the Kinect used for holographic 3D video conferencing. Team at Kingston, Ontario, Queen's University is developing a device called a telepod that replaces video chat with 3D holograms. The system consists of a 1.8 meter tall cylinder with 6 Microsoft Kinect cameras placed around the top, along with a 3D projector inside. And while talking, each person stands in front of their own telepod, which is able to capture and track their movements in 3 dimensions. The result is a 3D holographic image projected inside of the cylinder that you can walk around and view from the back and side. So maybe the new video chat very soon. Who knows? TechCrunch has a story about Kindertown's educational app store for parents doubles users, and they add apps for bigger kids. So if you remember, I did an EduQuest with their CMO, I believe, and you can check back if you want to learn more about Kindertown. The article says that the service will bump up its supported age range from currently 3 to 6 years old to include children's ages 7 and 8 as well. To kick off the launch, 125 new apps aimed at older children have been added to service, and more will be added every week. The company is also starting to see some growth, doubling the total number of users in April. In fact, Kindertown reports that it added more users in April than it did in the 5 previous months combined. Returning users also increased by 300%. During this time, Kindertown CEO and Dream Adventures co-founder Steve Welch says, so apparently they are on the right track and figured out how to curate the right apps for their audience. Next story is dear to my heart. GigaOM reports that Doc Tracker lets you control your documents wherever they are. Doc Tracker won pick or one of the winners coming out of the Twist Paris meetup organized by me and our technical head here at EduQuest, Kay Alexander, and that's of course great seeing they get some traction. About Doc Tracker, the new service is which lets users retain control of Word, Excel, PDF or other documents even when they have been emailed to others or put into cloud storage. Quote, you can even destroy your digital documents, Doc Tracker CEO Clément Casalot said Thursday at Techstars Boston Demo Day. Casalot, who leaped on stage as the theme from Mission Impossible played, said the company logged $150,000 in revenue last year, quote, more than Instagram, from clients including Bouygues, the French tech giant contractor, and SNCF, the company behind France's high-speed railway, and more than 80,000 customers are using the beta. Now let's move on into K-12 and higher ed. The New York Times has a story, move to outsource teacher licensing process draws protest. 67 of the 68 students studying to be teachers at the middle and high school levels at the Amherst campus are protesting a new national license procedure being developed by Stanford University with the education company Pearson. The UMS students say that their professors and the classroom teachers who observe them for 6 months in real school settings can do a better job judging their skills than a corporation that has never seen them. Obviously, that's right. They have refused to send Pearson 2 10-minute videos of themselves teaching, as well as a 40-page take-home test requirements of an assessment that will soon be necessary for licensure in several states. So, yeah. Would definitely be interesting to hear Chris's thoughts on that. Our next story comes from, is actually a sad story as a car kills University of Colorado Boulder's famed falling bear. You might remember this from, I believe, 2 episodes ago. A black bear made famous when it tumbled tranquilized from a tree on the University of Colorado Boulder campus last week has been struck and killed by cars in a wilderness area, the Daily Camera reports. The 280-pound falling bear had been relocated to the more remote area about 50 miles west of Boulder. Sadly, not remote enough. Okay, then a story from USA Today. Obama pulls out all stops on campuses to reclaim support. After winning the youth vote in 2008 by nearly 2-1, the Obama campaign has doubled down on efforts to expand the base of young voters who were key to propelling the president to the White House. Obama holds a commanding 64 to 29% lead over Romney among registered voters aged 18 to 29, according to a Gallup poll released last week. But the same poll found only 56% of young voters said they will definitely vote, a lower rate than any other age group, actually. So It's important to vote. Young people, go and vote for the next president. The Atlantic reports in our study and research section that a video game where players help real doctors diagnose malaria. So the University of California researchers have developed a free internet-based pattern recognition game based on images of real-life blood cells. Researchers hope the online tool will cut down the amount of time it now takes to distinguish infected red blood cells from healthy ones. So far, untrained volunteers at UCLA have managed to diagnose malarial blood cells with about as much accuracy as a trained pathologist, according to the researchers, with a 1.25% variation in accuracy, so really little, compared with a real health professional crowdsourcing a way toward better malaria treatment seems like a realistic future. So definitely we can see a useful game changer and see how video games can help also untrained people apparently diagnose these infected blood cells very accurately. Okay, are parents addicted to spying on their kids? Safely, a company that provides monitoring software that parents can put on their kids' phones, did an analysis on how often parents using their product around the country and check their children's whereabouts. Most parents using their software geolocate their kids about 100 times a month. Wow, if we remind ourselves that a month has 30 or 31 days. But in a small town in Missouri, extreme users, so I thought that was extreme, extreme users check their kids' location 7,500 times per month. Wow. Maybe it's time to change the model there from the show me state to the show me where you are state. Those parents are tracking their kids a whopping 250 times per day. Given that kids are probably out of their parents' sight for 10 hours at most per day, that's 25 times per hour. And you can read that or the full story on Forbes. So, last but not least, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and Study Blue is helping students say thanks a latte to teachers with the Cards for Teachers annual recognition program. From May 7th, so that's today, through May 31st, students, former students, and parents are invited to visit the Cards for Teachers site and send digital thank you notes to teachers and school staff who have made a difference in their lives. Very nice idea. The messages will be displayed on the Cards for Teachers virtual wall of things and emailed to the deserving educator with a digital badge they can display with pride on Pinterest, for example, and other social media outlets. From those who are recognized, Study Blue will randomly select 300 educators to receive a gift card for a free latte. To thank a teacher who has made a difference in your life, visit cardsforteachers.studyblue.com. And that closes this episode of ENT. You will find all the links to the articles we covered on EduQuest, and you just go to eduquest.com/ENT9. Also follow the EdNews Ticker on Twitter @EdNewsTicker to stay updated during the week. You can of course also help us with the show. Just go to our news subreddit at @newsticker.reddit.com and submit your own articles or vote and comment on those you want to discuss during the show. ENT will be back on Wednesday hopefully with Christopher and myself. And until then, have a great week, everyone.